There's a lot of things now that are starting to make me think that she's not going to do it.
Unrivaled has a problem. They hyped up their roster announcement, so much that everyone thought Caitlin Clark was joining. But when the big reveal came, no Clark now. They're facing a backlash from disappointed fans calling it clickbait.
I think this is it. I think this is the moment they're going to announce Caitlin. I have been so wrong, but I'm really starting to think that, it's not happening.
You're scrolling through your feed, minding your own business when bam, Unrivaled drops a bombshell. A mysterious message pops up, teasing a huge announcement at 11:22 a.m. What's the deal with that time? It's oddly specific, right? Let's take a step back. Unrivaled has been playing this game for months now. They're like that friend who always has a secret but never spills the beans. Every little hint, every cryptic post, it's all part of their master plans to keep us guessing about their roster. And then they release this.
So just last night, Unrivaled put out this letter where they said, "Dear management, what might seem like an average Wednesday in November, momentous occasion." Okay. A momentous occasion for those who follow women's professional basketball. Please excuse blank from 11 a.m. to 11:22 a.m. Eastern time so that they can watch Unrivaled's basketball club selection presented by State Farm. Let's be clear, this is not just another roster announcement. This is the moment that sets the foundation for the inaugural season of the new star-studded 3-on-3 league tipping off January 17th.
One unique aspect of the league is how they announce new players. Instead of a simple announcement, they create teaser videos to build excitement and anticipation.
They've always been about doing little mysteries or Easter eggs or trying to get people to guess who was gonna join Unrivaled. And they have done this for the past I don't even know, 6 months at this point they've been announcing players. So they always do these little videos.
Remember that jaw-dropping $2 million offer they made to Caitlin Clark? That wasn't just pocket change. It set the internet on fire. Everyone and their grandma had an opinion. Will she take it? Is she worth it? The debates were endless.
The buzz on the street has been that Unrivaled threw a Messi-like deal at Caitlin Clark. Some people are saying it was around $2 million that they were offering her to come to Miami to play.
But here's where it gets really interesting.
So with this note, a lot of people looked into it even further, including myself, because 11 a.m. to 11:22 a.m. is a very specific time frame and a very specific amount of minutes for a video to be 22 minutes. Obviously, we all know that Caitlin Clark is number 22, and that has been the person that has been the most anticipated person that people either want to see in Unrivaled or people are just waiting to see if she is going to do it or not.
The number 22 keeps showing up everywhere. Now you might be thinking, so what? Well, guess who wears number 22? That's right, Caitlin Clark. But wait, there's more. A.O. Wilson also rocks. That number, coincidence? I don't think. So Unrivaled knows exactly what they're doing.
On this note, the internet kind of ran wild with that, including myself.
As the clock ticks closer to 11:22, fans are going absolutely nuts. Twitter's blowing up, Instagrams flooded with speculation. It's like the whole basketball world is holding its breath. You can almost feel the anticipation through your screen, with the league still holding on to 2 wildcard slots. The mystery is even more intense, and then they release this
A'ja Wilson. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, you have 34 players, you have 36 slots. Nafisa said that by November 20th, we would have all of the players announced. So you need to announce the 2 more players while you're doing the roster selections, right? That's what made sense in my mind. And I was like, okay, this whole league has been about mystery and Easter eggs and reading between the lines, all of these things. It has to be them. It has to be Caitlin, and it's probably A'ja too. That would be the big bang they needed for this league, and that would be the right moment to announce those 2 players last.
Unrivaled got us all hooked. They've turned this announcement into a full-blown event. Every refresh, every wild theory, it's all feeding the frenzy. The $2 million offer to Clark ignited. The perfect storm, keeping her in the spotlight and feeling endless speculation. But can Unrivaled deliver on the hype? Will they fulfill their promises? Or shock everyone with a twist? One thing's for sure. The basketball world is on the verge of something big as 11:22 rolls. A round Unrivaled is about to show us why they're the masters of keeping fans on the edge of their seats the moment it arrives. Fans go crazy. They're refreshing their screens like there's no tomorrow, waiting for that big reveal. But instead of a live announcement, Unrivaled drops a video with a 2-minute timer. Talk about the unexpected.
So there's 2 minutes at the top of the video that really have nothing, and so the video itself is actually only 20 minutes. But because they added the 2-minute timer, and I'll put in the video right here so you guys can see what I'm talking about if I'm not making sense. So anyway, they added in this 2-minute timer, which made the video 22 minutes.
This pre-recorded video isn't just any old announcement. It's designed to make fans scroll through at lightning speed, searching for any sign of Clark or Wilson. It's like a digital treasure hunt, and everyone wants to be the first to strike gold as the second cease by something doesn't feel right. No Clark, no Wilson. The disappointment is palpable, spreading through social media faster than a viral dance challenge.
So spoiler alert, you guys, they were not announced.
But Unrivaled is not done. Yet they've got one last surprise in their
place, or in this 35th and 36th roster place, they put a wild card player.
You heard it right. 2 wild card spots. And these aren't just random slots to fill. They're the ultimate fuel for speculation.
So does that mean that Unrivaled has not signed these other 2 players? Does that mean that these 2 players are still surprise players and they are waiting to announce them in another way? My gut is telling me that they don't have 2 other players and they are either holding those 2 spots for bigger players. Maybe they are still talking to Caitlyn, maybe they're not.
You've got to hand it to Unrivaled, though by making the announcement video pre-recorded, they turned their own reveal into a viral challenge. Find Clark in this video, except, well, she wasn't there.
Unrivaled has done a really good job on social media promoting their league. I feel like the videos that they've been doing and the little cartoons that they've been doing have been so cute. I feel like their colorways, their design, all of the things, they get it on social media.
Let's be real for a second. We let Unrivaled play us while we were busy spinning theories about Caitlin Clark. She was out there enjoying golf and everything else on her schedule. If we just taken a step back and read between the lines, we'd have realized she's not playing
in Unrivaled, but because they haven't announced her yet, because they didn't announce her today, because she continually is doing all of these golfing events and public speaking events, because we have heard about the possibility of her and Sabrina competing in NBA All-Star, which runs during the Unrivaled season, there's a lot of things now that are starting to make me think that she's not going to do it.
Did Unrivaled plan work? Fans are divided, some feel tricked, others applaud. The bold strategy, was it a slam dunk or a miss? Either way, they've grabbed everyone's attention.
Caitlyn, they know that a lot of fans are rabid about her and waiting to see if she's going to play. The fact that they made the video 22 minutes, that was a choice.
Now, let's see how fans truly react to this announcement. Ever seeing a crowd go from excited to furious in 2 minutes, flat? That's exactly what happened when Unrivaled's video ended. The moment that video stopped, social media exploded.
Now, some Caitlin Clark fans, and I was seeing tweets about this, are kind of upset that they did that.
Clark's fans were furious and they didn't hold back. The frustration was palpable. Why waste everyone's time like this? The reactions were all over the place. Some called it straight up clickbait. One fan tweeted it.
Somebody said there's a section of Caitlin Clark fans that would have watched Unrivaled without her being a part of it, and they're risking turning those people off.
Ouch. But others were praising Unrivaled for their marketing genius. saying this whole thing was a brilliant move to get people talking. Now, here's where it gets really interesting with Clark's absence. Confirmed Unrivaled facing a tough crowd. They got people to click and talk, but at what cost? The trust factor is taking a serious hit. Fans feel let down, maybe even a little betrayed. That 22-minute video matching Clark's jersey number. It feels more like a deliberate tease now.
Because it definitely was a clickbait of sorts.
Some are even swearing off the league entirely. Others are still holding out hope for those wildcard spots, but the mood is definitely sour. One fan posted,
"Since she stepped foot in the W, that just doesn't stop. LOL, they know who brings in views and puts asses in seats."
But don't think this story is over yet. There's still more to unpack. Will Unrivaled address the backlash? Try to smooth things over or just push forward with their plans? One thing's for sure, the basketball world is watching. And what happens next could make or break this new league. You might think Unrivaled fumbled the ball with their Clark key. But what if that's exactly what they wanted? There's a method to this madness, and it goes way deeper than you'd expect. Ever wondered what happens when you take everything you know about basketball and flip it on its head? That's exactly what Unrivaled is doing.
Sorts. And in some ways, it's fantastic marketing. Like, you got people to click on it, you got people there. Unfortunately, you got people there and then kind of pulled the bait and switch.
Let's break down their game plan. First up, their team selection process. It's not your typical draft where friends stick together. Nope, Unrivaled splitting up teammates as friends. Why, it's all about creating new dynamics and unexpected matchups. Imagine seeing your favorite duo facing off against each other. Instead of playing side by side, it's a whole new level of excitement.
They also definitely split up friends and split up teammates. So Lexi Hall, for example, is not playing on the same team as Aaliyah Boston. They did, however, put Kelsey Plum and Kate Martin on the same team. They both play for the Aces. Another thing that I did think was interesting is there are 2 wildcard slots, and Kate Martin and Lexi Hall are not on the teams that could be wildcard slots.
Now, let's talk about the format you're probably used to. 5-on-5 full court games, right? Well, Unrivaled changing the game with 3-on-3 on the full court. It's fast, it's intense, and it's nothing. Like what you've seen before, think about it. Fewer players on the same size court means more space, more action, and probably more scoring. It's like they took traditional basketball and gave it a shot of adrenaline.
And it's going to be interesting. I'm interested on a lot of levels. I'm interested to see how the 3-on-3 basketball looks from a fan perspective, how these girls' games translate to 3-on-3. Is there going to be any sort of half-court set, or is it really just going to be a run and gun? What are the rules going to